Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I generally don't cover a lot of patch notes stuff because it's usually pretty quick. Today is not that day. Today there is a ton of changes. The primary things I'm going to cover are the weapon changes because that's all I really care about. But this is for the patch coming out today. It is July 15th, 2021, and this is a mid-season update for Call of Duty Warzone. This is Season 4. And I think the most important thing to read is the forward, as I think it's going to really cover the most about what needs to be said. And it goes a bit like this. The following changes are the first step towards increasing the average time to kill within Warzone. It is important to note that these weapon adjustments were not made in a vacuum. When evaluating an individual change, some may seem quite drastic, but they were made holistically and in a way that supported a lockstep increase in average time to kill across multiple weapon categories. Torso multipliers were a considerable focus of these changes, with how often they would act as flat damage increases, giving how consistently that location could be hit. With reductions to these multipliers, we are placing a bigger emphasis on precision, a move which we feel is ultimately healthy for the game. Statistically, there will always be a best weapon. That is the nature of a competitive game. Players will seek out and employ any advantage they can, regardless of how minuscule it may be. We will take great care to ensure the best weapon never outstays its welcome and has effectiveness that scales with the skill of the handler. Conversely, there are also a great deal of players who prefer a myriad of options to choose from. Hey, that's me. Our goal is to provide exactly that. We will continue to compress outliers, both over and underperforming, while each weapon is viable at very least. We do not want players to feel they are a distinct disadvantage for not conforming to the general accepted best weapon. We will be closely monitoring weapon performance to ensure that the game is in a healthy state following the biggest balance update in Warzone history. And I've gone over it slightly quickly in my head just to kind of get an idea of what all is going on here. But it's a lot. It's a lot. First thing to note is the OTS, the new SMG is coming out. It says full size or full auto SMG, impressive firepower at close range with good visibility while firing, which means it's going to have good optic or good iron sights, reliable control, recoil control with smaller magazine size. You're probably looking something like the AMP pistol, but for an SMG. Unlockable via the store and the bundle and game challenge. Mace in season melee item. It's a melee item. No one really cares. Okay, so we're gonna start going through this, and it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot, but it's important to know. The AK-47 for the Black Ops Cold War multiplier, headshot multiplier decreased 0.62 to 0.5, so 1.62 to 1.5. Upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.2 to 1. You're gonna see a lot of this torso reduction from something to 1. This doesn't seem like a lot, but it's going to be a lot. This is going to really change the way that a lot of the guns work, generally increasing the number of bullets to kill by 1 or 2. And when you consider, a lot of players at their best have 30% accuracy, which is insane. You think, oh man, I just lit that guy up. I hit every bullet, but that's not every engagement. There's so many engagements where so many people miss so many rounds that 1 to 2 bullets increase is going to be a ton when it comes down to in the long run. The AK for the Modern Warfare upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.2 to 1.1. Again, probably another bullet. The C58, I know this one's a big one for a lot of people right now, as it's a great weapon for pretty much anybody. Headshot multiplier decreased from 0.62 to 0.58. Upper torso from 1.2 to 1. Lower torso from 1.1 to 1. Maximum damage range increased by 8%, which just means the drop-off is going to take longer, and recoil increased. This is the thing that I want to see on a lot of the weapons. Recoil increased. Now, I know I'm on PC, and so therefore it's a bit easier to control recoil, especially in the harder to control guns. So I don't want them to overshoot it, but I think that overall there needs to be some recoil increase, especially on guns like the FARA and the C58 that just beam at every range. I think this is healthy for it. The AMAX. Everybody's last season favorite. Headshot from 1.5 to 1.55. So this one increased. This one got better. But the torso multiplier decreased 1.1 to 1. This is the Assault Rifle Bravo Modern Warfare. I believe that's going to be... What is that one going to be? XM4? I think that's the XM4. And that's going to be headshot multiplier decreased from 2.05 to 1.62. That's massive. That is massive. That's a huge change. And the upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.2 to 1.1. That the XM4 just got gutted. The Farah maximum damage decreased. Maximum damage decreased from 31 to 29. That's another 2 bullets on every range. Pretty much. Recoil increased. Good to hear. The FFAR, everybody's first season favorite. Headshot multiplier decreased from 1.5 to 1.4. Maximum damage decreased from 27 to 25. Minimum damage from 25 to 23. Maximum damage range decreased by 20%. Neck multiplier increased from 1.2 or from 1 to 1.2. This is going to be more forgiving on headshots, neck to headshots. But overall, this is a massive nerf to the FFAR. Assault rifle golf. This is the Grau. Upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.2 to 1.1. I think that's the Grau. No, golf. This is the Scar. Those hookers. Okay, so they just reduced some of the upper chest damage. That isn't going to change anything. The Scar is still going to be 8 to the head, 5 to the body at every range. This is just going to how it's going to be. Minimum damage increased from 22 to 24 on the Grau. The Grau's back on the menu, my boys. The Garoza, maximum damage decreased from 28 to 27. Maximum damage range increased by 4.5, which I like. Headshot multiplier decreased from 0.62 to 0.5. Okay, that's another bullet. Upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.2 to 1.12. That's another bullet. Lower torso 1.1 to 1. Again, another bullet. But recoil pattern smooth, which means you should be able to run the fast one with less recoil. Cool. The Krieg's minimum damage increased 25 to 26, reduces a bit. M13's minimum damage increased from 19 to 20. The M13 is about to be a monster. People don't realize that on these fast-firing rifles like the M13, that one damage is going to hit. It's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot and a lot faster. Assault rifle Charlie. Let's see. That would be the. What is assault rifle Charlie? That might be the M4. I think that's the M4. 28 to 27, 22 to 23. So maximum damage decreased, but minimum damage increased. You're just getting consistent across the range. Upper torso multiplier from 1.3 to 1.2. Odin's ruined. Never use it again. I'm just kidding. That's not going to change much. QBZ, minimum damage increased from 22 to 24. Move base speed reduced by 3%. ADS move speed reduced by 5%. Upper torso from 1.1 to 1.2. Lower torso from 1 to 1.1. QBZ is probably going to be bad after this one. What it really had going for it was the movement speed that it went from, but the minimum damage from 22 to 24, that'll probably drop maybe 1 bullet at best, and it needed that movement speed. The RAM minimum damage decreased from 28 to 26. RAM's getting a little hurt there. Maximum damage. Yeah, maximum damage. Yeah, that's going to hurt the RAM. That's going to be another bullet. XM4. So, yeah, XM4, 32 to 30, 28 to 27. ADS speed decreased. Recoil increased slightly. Again, I'm all about the increased recoil. Decreased ADS speed is going to hurt it. XM4 might be hurt a bit. So let's see here. Which one was I looking at earlier? Cold War. Oh, this is Assault Rifle Bravo. That's the Kilo, right? That doesn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense at all. We'll have to go back in there and check that one out, see which one that is. Light machine guns, the M60, maximum damage increased from 36 to 37. Headshot multiplier increased from 1.5 to 1.6. M60's coming out ahead on this one. MG34 decreased 31 to 29, decreased 28 to 27. Headshot multiplier decreased. Upper torso. So the MG34, nobody uses it. Nobody's still going to use it. MG82 ADS speed decreased slightly. After it got nerfed the last time, no one still really uses it. Light machine gun alpha, that's the PKM. Maximum damage increased from 31 to 32. Really? Damage range decreased. Okay. Upper torso decreased. So the PKM still going to be doing fine. SA87, upper torso multiplier decreased from 1.1 to 1.2. That'll change it a little bit. SA87 still just an underdog anyways. Light machine gun alpha for Black Ops Cold War. That's the RPD. Should be the RPD. Maximum damage decreased 34 to 33. Upper torso from 1.1 to 1. So they nerfed him again. Swiss going ADS animation updated. We don't know what that means. Now shares the base reticle with the ZRG. I think I'm okay with that, but I was already used to the Swiss's reticle, so maybe I'm not a big fan. AK-74U Black Ops Cold War, maximum damage decreased from 35 to 31. Oh God, 30 from minimum from 25 to 26. They gutted the XM24 or the AK-74U. Headshot multiplier decreased from 0.62 to 0.6. That don't mean much. Upper torso increase 1 point. So basically what they've done here is they've just tried to even it out, but they really hurt it. By reducing its headshot damage, it is not very competitive anymore. Submachine gun alpha, modern warfare. That is going from 25 to 26. And headshot multiplier decreased. So they're, again, trying to smooth out the damage curve so there's no big spikes on that one. The Bullfrog, giant list of things. They had arm multipliers, which they just bumped all the way to 1. Headshot multiplier decreased 0.62 to 0.5, and damage from 32 to 31. KSP headshot multiplier decreased from 0.62 to 0.57. 1.62 to 1.57. That's not going to do much. The KSP, no one really cares about it anyways. LC10, maximum damage decreased from 30 to 27. That hurt. Minimum damage decreased from 25 to 24. That hurt. Headshot multiplier decreased from 0.62 to 0.55. LC10 is going to be a sponge cannon. Mac 10, maximum damage decreased. Minimum damage decreased. So sponge cannon. No one's gonna want to prefer these two right now. Your best SMG on the list is probably coming up still. Milano recoil is slightly increased. It probably won't be enough. Maximum damage range decreased by 12. Headshot multiplier decreased. That gutted it right there. That's what they were getting people with, was that Milano headshots. Decreased on torso and torso. So that one's hurt. Submachine gun alpha from 31 to 30, or from 33 to 31, 25 to 24. It looks like they hurt the SMGs so much more. SMGs are really hurting in all this. Nail gun 50 to 46, 1.62 to 1.45. Torso from 1.28 to 1. Nail gun got gutted. Submachine gun Echo, I think that's the P90. So 35 to 34, 25 to 26. PPSH maximum damage decreased from 26 to, or 28 to 26. With its rate of fire, that's not going to be a lot, but it's still going to hurt it. Minimum damage increased from 20 to 21. ISO is in there. Submachine gun Delta from 25 to 26. Finnick, maximum damage decreased from 25 to 24. 20 to 2019. This isn't going to affect the Finnick very much at its rate of fire. That's probably one bullet, and that's only over a bit of distance. Tactical rifles headshot multiplier from 1.8 to 1.7. Car from 1.7 to 1.6. M16 to 1.8 to 1.6. So again, the AUG is coming out on top. With the exception is the Carve could maybe do it with its rate of fire. Black Ops Cold War optics with 4 times or greater will now state they have optic glint. Well, at least that helps us out. Okay, so that is the gun changes. So what can we take out of all this? The ARs are doing less damage to the torso and to the head. They have straight up reduced the time to kill on almost every gun. The only gun that it looked like that they were really increasing anything is on the AMAX, which did they not listen when we did this before? So for those of you trying to get ahead of the curve, the AMAX is probably about to be the best gun in the game again, along with the C58. And if you can control it, the Groza might be really good again right now. Outside of that, they've pretty much cut out the XM4 a lot. They've cut out the strengths of the XM4. They've slowed down the RAM quite a bit. The QBZ isn't very good. The Odin was never really that good, as much as I love it. M13 probably going to be good for you high rate of fire guys. The Krig might be doing okay now from the 25 to 26. It's going to reduce by 1 bullet on what you need to kill most of the time. The Farah is still probably going to be really good. Honestly, it's still going to be really, or the Farah is still going to be really good. So if I'm going to make any predictions, you're seeing the C58, AMAX, and Farah. Hopefully everything else will still be a bit more balanced once it's all said and done. But who knows? It's going to be one of those things that we'll have to see. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. We just wanted to go over the guns, seeing as that's what I do. I am your loadout doctor. We'll be testing a lot of this out in the morning. So I look forward to seeing y'all then. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.